Hello everybody guys, RadiShineAmigo here. We're going to play Sailor Moon. And guess who we're playing as now? Pretty guardian of love and justice in a sailor suit. Sailor Moon has arrived. In the name of the moon, she'll punish you. So yeah, we're finally playing as Sailor Moon, and this is the final level of the game, guys. Luckily this one isn't 30 minutes long, it's 20. Although I will admit, by the time I got to this point in the game, I was pretty bored of spamming certain attacks, so you may see me get hit a lot and die a lot. Plus the final boss is a little bit of a pain. But yeah. The place we're in now is the Dark Kingdom. And it's connected to the bit that was on earlier. The last level, because there was that little icy area and whatnot. And the final boss is Queen Beryl. I did have a page about the this level earlier, but I can't find it. I don't think it said much though. Oh, I already explained quite a bit about Queen Beryl, so I'm not going to bother going back into that again. I've already explained the story. Because the last part was so long, it went over most of the stuff that I probably should have went over in this part. Oh, okay, yeah, it's basically the page that I found basically just said what I just said then. Okay, cool beans. So yeah, there was one other thing that I didn't say, but I'll wait till it gets to that part. Oh, my mic is muted, thank God. Yeah, for those of you who didn't watch the last part, my mic was muted for the first 11 minutes and I had to redo it. And Isagi's two moves are she could do the Moon Tiara action, but when you hold down the button it's a long range attack. And the one that she does that goes around there is a Moon Healing Escalation. But if you listen to her say it, it doesn't actually sound like how she says it in the anime. I think it's kind of sped up because obviously the anime version is like 10 times longer animation-wise than what you see here. And at the same time, I wouldn't mind one that takes forever because then after I wouldn't have to like, you know, like once I finish it, I won't have an enemy randomly come in and hit me or something. But at the same time, it'd take too long, so. But yeah, at least, what you call it, when you use the special attacks, when you use the special attacks, you're invincible when you're using them. So at least that kind of well, not the like the tiara and stuff, but the one where you have the little when I said healing escalation, and the one where you have to press the attack and jump button at the same time, or the jump button just after you press the attack. You're invincible while doing that, so at least that kind of, I guess, could kind of explain why the enemies don't attack Sailor Moon when she does it in the anime, even though it takes like 30 seconds. Although they do kind of go on later on and try to explain how, with her newer attacks, that they try and distract the enemy and stuff. Either way, it's something that I never really like minded, even though it took so long. I kind of like saw why that happened, but I know there's a lot of people that bitch about that. Like, oh, it takes too long, why don't the enemy attack them? I don't think it's that bad. I mean, yeah, reusing the animation is bad. I find that annoying, but that's kind of like a magical girl trope, although it was more, I guess Sailor Moon kind of like made the trope a little more out there, I guess, because Sailor Moon was like the first proper popular magical girl anime. It's what got everyone to know about it, well, most people anyway. So I guess it being the first to do that, you can kind of let it slide, but at the same time rage at it because it kind of like, you know, bring on other animes to do it, but and I can, like I said, I can kind of see why in terms of like enemy and should be attacking Usagi or whatever wise, I can see why they don't, because it's supposed to be some little fancy animation that's technically supposed to be like takes about like 2 seconds to do, but they just try and like show it off because, you know, they want to bring the character into the spotlight and whatnot. I just don't like the fact that they reuse it so much. But do you know what's worse? Spamming the same move over and over again just to kill a bloody enemy. Yeah, when I got to this point in the game playing as Sailor Moon, because this was like the 5th playthrough, I really got sick of the enemy's healths being so big. And I can't remember whether the later games do that, but whenever I get to them, I'm probably going to do the game on normal. Just because all it's really doing is padding out the playthrough. It's not making it any harder. Like right there, I probably would have got hit that amount because some of the enemies are pretty cheap anyway. Like their health bar has nothing to do with me getting hit. You know, it's not like they're built stronger or anything. They just have more health. That's like the only change in the game when you change the difficulty to hard. So yeah, the music. I don't really like the music all that much in this section. It's a bit repetitive. It repeats way too quickly. So let me count it. That wasn't even 5 seconds. It's not even a 5-second loop. Yeah, that really bugs me. Although I can kind of hear a bit in the background. The bit in the more atmospheric-y bit in the background's alright. But the bit where it just goes do 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 do, it's annoying. It's kind of like it's trying to mimic some of the original Metroid's music, because the original Metroid did that, but in the original Metroid it was a lot better. I mean, atmosphere in like an NES game it doesn't really work too well, but the beat was kind of catchy and I quite liked it, so here it just kind of annoys me. The only thing that makes you tolerate it is the other part in the background. Yeah, that's right, you cry. You gotta love it how I could barely hit them, and then as soon as I get invincibility frames, I can finally bloody hit them. It's like an ongoing theme in this game. I just find this game really cheap, and then when it's not cheap, I'm just spamming the same move over and over again. If you haven't noticed, the further I got into the game, the more the more I played the game and on the harder difficulty, the more I just started not to like it as much. Because like when I was doing the first 3 parts, I was really liking it, but at that point I hadn't recorded every single playthrough. And by the time I got to the 4th and 5th playthrough, I just kind of got sick of it. Just all these enemies are high health bars. I mean, I don't... Whether or not I would be like this if I just played the game once as one character, probably not. Maybe like I'd be a bit annoyed just because, you know, I'd have to go through like the 4th one on hard difficulty and that just takes forever. Yeah, it's mainly the ice level that I didn't really like all that much. This one is just a bit dull, to be honest. Actually, I'm gonna say right here, besides the fact that some of the enemies are cheap, this is actually this part is probably the easiest section in the game. Like, don't count the fact that the enemies can be cheap, and compare it to the first level, this is easier than the first level. And for a final level, that's not very good. Especially seeing as the one before it was so bloody difficult. Because like, you haven't got any like platforms on the floor obstructing you, you know, like you did in the one previously. That's what made it really annoying, because you couldn't make your hits be too accurate. There we go, we're finished. That wasn't very hard. I like this song. This song is pretty cool. It's really upbeat, and it's like, yeah, come on, Sailor Moon, you can do it. Now, we've got the queen in the background. Instead of like, you know, turning around and kicking her in the face, first we got to fight off these enemies. It's going to be 2 of each main enemy. It's not every enemy, it's just like the ones you see the most. It's going to be 2 of each of them. And they've got the blue health bars going on, so that means they won't fucking lose any health until you beat the crap out of them for like 5 minutes. And then, you know, it finally gets down to it. But they're really easy. this whole bit is really easy until you get to the second to last boss, because there's 2 bosses. These guys here are really, because they're yellow now, they actually really remind me of Streets of Rage characters. Because that was the yellow guys from Streets of Rage. It also made me want to play Streets of Rage. But at the same time, I kind of like, you know, the idea of playing as Sailor Moon in a Streets of Rage style game, so... While I prefer Streets of Rage gameplay, I think character-wise, I think I'd rather go for Sailor Moon. Just because Sailor Moon's so cool. And, I'm gonna actually upload this on Sunday. I'm recording this Saturday. And, today would technically be the day that Sailor Moon is out. I mean, it's coming out on Crunchyroll Saturday, but Sunday, the day this is uploaded, is when Sailor Moon Crystal is actually out. So go and watch it, guys. You totally should go and watch it, and hopefully it lives up to what it how good it used to be and whatnot. Just maybe better. Well, I hope it's better, because it's supposed to, you know, take some of the padding out. I kind of hope that while they follow the manga, they still keep some of the, like, good aspects from the anime, because the anime had more character development and stuff. Well, for certain characters. So I kind of hope it's a mix of both. If not, then it still should be alright. I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. I'm gonna watch it on Sunday just because I don't really want to watch it on my phone. And now, we're going to be fighting in the second to last boss. It takes a couple of seconds to get in. Here we are. Now this is a pause screen because I got interrupted here and I had to quickly pause for a second. We'll get back to the game right now. But this is Tuxedo Common Summer, what we're fighting right now. And you maybe think, wait a minute, he's a good guy. Oh, what's he doing? That bitch? How dare he? Well... Basically, besides the fact that he's pathetically easy, he kind of got like possessed, and he starts attacking Sailor Moon and whatnot. In the anime, I believe he comes back with the power of love and whatnot, but because it's a game, we kind of have to fight him. So yeah, he's really easy. Just do exactly what I'm doing now. He'll if you throw him and he loses more health. No, sorry, if you throw him, then you're less likely to lose health. And if you get him off screen, he's going to do that thing, and as soon as he gets up, you can throw him again. It's pathetic. Now, something that's helpful is, do you see a little red thing in front of the queen? That's actually a health pickup, so if you can pick that up, and you can get more health. I do pick it up, but I don't pick it up yet. I think I actually forgot what it was until I got to the queen. Because I've noticed the queen move, and then I noticed that wasn't moving with her, and I kind of thought, oh, okay, that's health. I just remembered that. And see, I'm starting to lose health now. I hate how long it takes them to lose health. I don't get why they can't just lose health from the get-go. It's ridiculous. I don't like it. Yeah, there's not really much I can explain about Usagi because I kind of already explained about that. I believe I explained enough about Tuxedo Common Summer. I mean, Tuxedo Common Summer is the one that Usagi's in love with. And then she finds out it's Mamoru-chan, who Mamoru-chan always just calls her a dango head, or I think a meatball head in the English version. Because she's got those little circles growing out of her head, which, you know, connects to little 2 ponytails on the side. Yeah, then basically they just fall in love with each other, and that's kind of how that goes, you know? Most of the time, Tuxedo Common Summer just saves Usagi, because sometimes he gets into like danger and whatnot. And, you know, she needs some help from him, so yeah. So I couldn't actually explain, when you grab people, you can actually hit them with your head, so... You just, you don't... Basically, to throw them, you move it in move the arrow key in a direction, and then press the attack button. There we go, pick that up, I've got full health. But, yeah, to throw, you move the arrow, press the directional button and press the tag button. And to hit, you just, while you're grabbing, it's just pressing the attack button. Now this boss is pretty annoying. So basically just keep spamming electrical attacks, which have quite a long distance. Most of the time I can only really hit her with invincibility frames on, to be honest. It's just a really annoying boss, and I don't really like it. See, it's stuff like that just makes the boss so cheap, and yeah. I just wish this game wasn't designed to be like so cheap. I'm sorry if I'm kind of like bitching about the game now. It's just like, I don't know, it's just after really liking this game, it's just that feeling where you like the game so much, and then after when you get to like recording it, you get to like a certain point, you realize you don't really like it as much as you used to, and that's kind of like how I feel. Like, I could used to see its problems, but now it's just like irritating me. At least by the time I got to the point of level 4 on hard mode. Again, if I played the game on normal, I would have been fine probably. It's just the health bars are so big on hard. And making the characters have higher health isn't really a good compensation for higher difficulty, in my opinion. Yeah, as you can see, I'm using up so many continues, but I'm getting rid of all of our health every time I, you know, come back and get invisibility frames. Yeah, I kind of walk into our electric attack sometimes, other times it's unintentional and she's just being cheap. I couldn't even charge up my new Tiara action there. By this point I'm just kind of like, yeah, fuck it, be like that. And there we go. Don't worry, Sailor Moon, you got the D2! And yeah, that's the end of the game. And then we're gonna have this little credit, well, not credit sequence, a little ending sequence. There isn't actually a credit sequence in this game. And this is basically the ending. This is also the ending for Sailor Moon. You basically have both of their attacks clash together, and then Sailor Moon needs more power. And obviously, like I said, the other Sailor Senshi are dead. So their spirits kind of come, and then after all their power comes to one, and then after that, kills off the queen. So yeah. That should get through to that bit in a second. There we go. Something I will have to explain is that later on they do actually, like, the other Sailor Scouts do come back. Like, after you do this, basically, time resets, and all the Sailor Senshi come back. And, in the anime, they don't have, like, their powers anymore, but they still have, like, Luna around and Artemis. And then they regain their powers in R. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. And there's this Princess, Serenity. Princess Serenity. Yeah, I guess I could kind of call off the end of the game here now, because it's basically just cutscenes and stuff. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. I enjoyed the first, like, 3 parts. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.